here's my goal for you, all right, to get you to know what you're doing so you can trade this market. Why? Because of what this says, okay? I'm going to start with this very quickly. What this says is if you don't know what you're doing in the currency market, you can lose your money, all right? I don't think that's a secret, but I start with that so that you know that this is serious business, okay? And what I'm going to do in the next hour is I'm going to turn you into a forex trader, all right? I'm also going to make it so you can trade right alongside some of the best traders in the business, all right? So you can leverage their experience to your advantage, all right? That way you'll know what you're doing. You'll have some arrows in the quiver, and like I said, you can turn this into a moneymaker. And we're pretty excited around here, okay? Why are we excited around here at Market Traders Institute? Because one of the main reasons for our enthusiasm is that we are releasing our latest prediction. All right, around the world in the forex community, these are highly anticipated because our track record is phenomenal. Our last 7 predictions, okay, 7 in a row, have netted traders upwards of 20,000 pips, right, worldwide. And the fact of the matter is, our next one is set for release on Monday. And what I want you to do is maybe write that down, okay? Monday at 4 o'clock. We're going to break down what we're calling the Trump, all right, the first 100 days of Trump. All right, write that in your notes. All right, it's not a political statement. We don't do politics around here. We just look for things that help us to make money. And what we're projecting is greater than a 5,000 pip opportunity. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you're a trader, okay, and you're trading our recommendations, and you were trading for $1 a pip, well, 5,000 pips would be $5,000, okay? So if putting $5,000 in your pocket sounds like a conversation you want to have, write down the date, Monday at 4 o'clock, okay, where Tyson Clayton, who's one of our top analysts, all right, he's going to break that opportunity down for you so you can get the lion's share of those 5,000 pips. All right, now how important is this? Well, we're so confident in this prediction that anybody that works with our group in writing, you know what we're doing? We're guaranteeing that they'll see 5,000 pips. All right, now you might ask, how do we know that even works, right? Well, I am a firm believer in results. I'm a firm believer in track records. I think if you're going to get involved with any group, okay, you want to see the proof in the pudding. So here's what I'm going to do right now. And I hope you don't mind. I'm going to send you something very quickly in the chat box. All right, you've been communicating with me. Now I'm going to send you something as well. Just very quickly, here it is. It's a link, okay? I'm going to send that to all of you. Just confirm that you got it. What that is our track record over the past 52 weeks, okay? This is third-party verified by a group called MyFXBook. And what does it say? Over the last 52 weeks, our traders, all right, live trading accounts have generated 80,000 pips. Again, if you're a trader trading for $1 a pip, it means over the last year you'd generated $80,000. So that's a good number. And what I want you to do at the end, okay, is go through this, because these are the traders you're going to have a chance to work with 2-3 times a day. You want to come into our trading room, you can trade with Josh Martinez live, or Gary Fickert, or Tyson Clayton. Okay, you'll be able to see their nice smooth growth curves, so you'll know that they're on top of a formula that gets consistent results. That's what every trader wants. Okay, so break that down after we're done, and you'll be able to see that point for point. And I don't know, I think that's important, all right, because this is a results-driven business, and I'm going to talk about results a lot today, okay, because in my book, we're trading markets, gang, all right? Without results, everything else is just conversation. So here's what we're going to do. I'll give you a quick intro to who we are here at Market Traders Institute. All right? I'm going to show you the Forex market. By the time we're done, you are going to know flat out more about making money in this market than 99% of the people on this planet. And I'm pretty confident that you haven't seen what I'm about to show you. Okay? Because if you had, you'd already be doing it. All right, I'm going to go up to the minute in the Forex market. Now, the market's closed today, but I'm going to use Friday's closing prices to give you a overview of the market, okay? And the fact of the matter is you'll be able to see this point for point, how to enter and exit trades, all right, how to take advantage of opportunity. And if at the end of this, okay, you look at it and it all makes sense, well, you'll make a decision to give yourself a shot at it. I'm going to show you a formula. Okay, that's going to be a series of steps that you'll follow here, repeatable steps that'll bring you some success. So write that word down, formula. All right, I'll demonstrate everything using a piece of software so you have absolute clarity when it comes to this market. And my whole goal is to get you to the point where you can trade live. Okay, you can't make money in the market without taking that step. So I'm going to show you what you need to know today. All right, I'm not going to show you everything because I can't. I've only got an hour and a half. Okay, but I don't need to. All right, I'm going to show you what you need to get started. All right, and if it makes sense, like I said, you're going to see things that you can react to and respond to. You'll have some good takeaways today. But the best part of all of it, all right, in my presentation, no matter what I show you, you're going to be able to take advantage of it risk-free to you financially. So with that, all right, that's my smiling face. Let me do an introduction. I'm Joe Cavallaro. I've been trading markets since I graduated college back in 1994. I've traded them all. I've licensed in them all: stock, options, commodities, futures, and forex. All right, I've been a principal at a couple of firms. I've traded the big accounts at those firms, and I've managed some trading desks. Why is that important to you? For two reasons. Okay, number one, right up here. Gang, I know the difference between the markets, okay? What I'm going to tell you is you can make money at all of them. I don't think that's a secret. You can make money in the stock market. You can make money trading options. So why do you want to talk about forex? Here's why. Because the forex market is going to give you, the trader, every available advantage when it comes to trading. We're going to talk about that. You're going to see the advantages, okay? And the other reason this is important is right here. All right, I've managed trading desks, 10, 15, 25 traders. And you know what my job was? It was very simple. Make sure every single trader on my desk was profitable, okay? Make sure they had the strategies and the tools and the discipline so that they'd have green on their profit statement, all right? It's just an equal equation, and that was my job, all right? Well, guess what I'm going to do today? I'm going to act as if you just sat down on my trading desk, all right? And I'm going to do the same thing for you that I've done for a lot of other people. I'm going to make sure that you have the strategies and the tools so you can get that green P&L statement, okay? With that, I'm coming to you from Market Traders Institute, all right? I'm here in Orlando, Florida. Now, if you Googled me ahead of time, you already know this, but for the rest of you, all right, we've been in the business of training new traders, all right, people like you to trade the forex market from home, all right, for the last 22 years. And in that time, we've trained more than 30,000 students. You might have seen us on one of the channels, right? CNN or CNBC, maybe Bloomberg. You might have seen us in Inc. magazine. Okay, now what did the Inc. magazine say about us? 2 years in a row, okay? They said we're one of the fastest growing companies of any kind in the world. They talk about us at the same time they talk about Microsoft, right? And GoPro and Timberland. Now, how did we get there? Again, it's that word that I used before. It's all about results, okay? And in the market, listen, we measure results in dollars. Do you have more of those than when you started? That's the kind of result I think you came here for today. Well, here's what's going to happen. When you get that result, it's just natural, okay? You're going to be excited about it, okay? When you get that result, you're going to be excited. You're going to tell a couple of your friends about it. Well, then they're going to come to us, and we're going to help them too. That's how we get to be in Inc. magazine, okay? It's just an equal equation, all right? And again, if that's what you came here for, all right, I want to make sure you get full value for your time. But it's actually just a little more exciting than Inc. magazine. Now, what do I mean? Well, check this out, all right? How many of you recognize this TV studio? Do you see that? Does any of you recognize that TV studio? What is that? That's the Shark Tank, right? Some of you might know what that is. It's actually a TV show that's on here in the States where billionaires get together, okay, and they evaluate business ideas. And if you've seen the show, right, they hear every idea that there is. And then they make a decision on whether or not they want to get involved. Well, what's exciting for us, all right, is that one of the original sharks, Kevin Harrington, has not only seen exactly what I'm going to show you here today, all right, but he came in here into MTI. He saw our operation firsthand. More important, he saw those results that we're delivering for our clients. And long story short, he's now working with our CEO, all right, Jared Martinez. That's the FX chief, right? You might have heard of him before. If not, I'll introduce him in a second. But he's working with our CEO on our biggest initiative, all right? Trade like a shark is a huge opportunity for you here in 2017. And since I brought him up, all right, let me very quickly just do one more introduction so you know who's in charge around here, okay? That's the chief. Now, again, you might have seen him on one of the channels. You might have picked up his best-selling Forex trading book. Here's a guy that made a whole lot of money in this market, all right, because he discovered a formula, all right? He discovered a formula for successful trading, and that's a word that if you haven't written it down, I want you to, all right? Success in the market, please understand, is not a fantasy, okay? It's a formula for success, a series of steps, right, that you do, repeatable things over and over that keep on bringing you success. Well, he discovered the formula in this market, and the neatest part of today is I'm going to show you the formula, all right? You're going to have that as a strong takeaway today. So pay close attention with that piece of paper and pen, and let's shift gears and get started, all right? Why do we want to talk about the Forex? What advantages does it have, all right? Well, the Forex market's got them all right? First and foremost, it's the fastest growing market on the planet because of all these factors. Number one, it's a liquid market, okay? What does that mean? Well, liquidity means you can get in or out anytime that you want. There's always buyers, there's always sellers. That's going to lower your risk, all right? There's no time limits on your trade. You can be in a trade for 5 minutes and get out with no penalty, or 5 days, or 5 hours, even 5 months if you want to, all right? And one of the things we do here at MTI that a lot of people don't understand is we help our students understand their personal trading style. Not everybody's going to be the same, right? Some people want to trade 4 or 5 times a day. Some people want to trade 4 or 5 times a month. It's really going to be up to you. And we're going to talk about that, and we'll mentor you in that area. All right, now number 2, it's the most flexible market on the planet because, write this down, it's a 24-hour-a-day market, all right, from Sunday at 5 Eastern Time until Friday at 5 Eastern Time. This market is open around the clock, okay? And when it closes on Friday and opens on Sunday, there's no gaps of price. So those are all advantages for you, but they also give you flexibility, all right? About 70% of the students that we have here are part-time traders, all right? That means they got a full-time job. Maybe they're trying to work themselves out of the job, right? But everybody has a different situation. But no matter if you're in Melbourne, Florida, or you're in Melbourne, Australia, right? You're in Malaysia, you're in Iowa, you're in Traverse City, Michigan, okay? When you come home from work and you want to do a little Forex trading, all right, this market is going to be open when you open your laptop to trade it. Now, number 3, my favorite. It's the largest market on the planet, okay? Whether you know it or not, the Forex market is bigger than all the other markets of the world put together. This is a $5 trillion a day market, okay? This is what I call the big pile of money. Everybody asks, where's that big pile, right? Where's the big pile of money? If I could only find it. Well, you found it, all right? This is all the money in the world, right? This is a currency market. So now that you've found the big pile of money, what's your job going to be? Well, to reach into that pile, right, on a daily, weekly, monthly basis and start making your own pile, all right? You found the big pile of money. There's $5 trillion going through here, all right, every day. But the beauty of it is it's actually pretty simple to take advantage of, okay? There's no reason for me to get too detailed, right, to try and impress you with vocabulary, this and that. You know why? Because this market is simple to understand. In fact, if you know your major currencies, okay, you're already 80% of the way there. Why? Because that's what we're going to be trading, all right? This is not like the stock market where you got to know 600, 6,000 companies. Here you got to know about 6. And if you don't know them by heart, your major currencies, write them down, okay? Because I just put them on the screen. Let me turn you into a trader, all right? Because you're going to be trading the Canadian dollar and the euro, the pound and the yen, the Swiss franc and the Australian dollar, all the currencies that you've heard of, right? Those are the currencies you're going to be trading, okay? I'll give you 5 seconds to write those down, but I'm going to keep going forward, okay? Because currencies trade in pairs. You see this? Currencies trade one against the other. And anytime you see a currency pair, it's going to be followed by an exchange rate. Okay, now there's a familiar term, even if you're brand new to this, right? Yeah, Joe, I've seen an exchange rate before. Okay, an exchange rate is nothing more than a value between 2 currencies. And if you've ever been traveling, you've been to the airport, you've been to the bank, okay, and you go up to that little exchange booth and say, what's the exchange rate between the euro and the dollar? As soon as you see it, right, you know what that number means. Well, all traders are doing in the Forex market is we're trading exchange rates for profit. And whether they go up or they go down, all right, we can make money in either direction. So now what do I have to do? I have to get you talking like a trader. Okay, what do I mean? Well, most people talk about exchange rates, okay, and they talk about them in terms of dollars and cents, okay, dollars and cents. Here's where traders are just a little different, okay? We're going to look a little further to the right at these last two decimal places, okay? These are called the pips. Now you got to write that down, all right? Pips stands for price interest point. It's tiny little movements in the exchange rate that we're looking to collect, that we're looking to capture, okay? Because exchange rates do not move dollars at a time or cents at a time. They move pips at a time, all right? We're looking to capture pips, right? The more, the better. Now, just think of it like a seesaw. Let me illustrate, all right? If I've got this currency, the euro and the US dollar, and the exchange rate's $1.625, let's say during the day I end up with a strong euro, right? Or a weak dollar. What's that going to do to my seesaw? It's going to move it, right? And that exchange rate's going to go up. Well, if it should go, like this example, from 106.25 up to 106.95, that's a difference of 70 pips. So that's where you find them, the third and fourth decimal place. So how do you capture them? Just keep it simple. Buy low, sell high, right? I'm not being trite, right? That's what you do. We'll buy low, we'll sell high. We follow a formula, right? Protect your downside. You get consistent, right? And you get those pips. This is a repeatable exercise, all right? The more pips, the better. Now, that said, you can't pay your mortgage with pips, all right? You have to turn the pips into dollars. That's where you come in, okay? What do I mean by that? Well, as a trader, you're going to be making decisions, all right? Here's the first one. You're going to make trades in the currency market based on how confident you are, all right? How confident you are is going to determine two things: how much money you put into the trade and how much money you take out of it, all right? This is a good place to take notes because this is where the money is, all right? Somebody just typed in, how much money do you need to trade? Well, you've got a couple of options, all right? You can trade with a micro lot, a mini lot, or a standard lot, okay? Micro, mini, or standard, all right? Write those down. Now, if you trade with a micro lot, you know what you need? You need $20, right? You're looking at a $20 investment. $20, right? Can I really trade with that? Well, right there, all right, is one of the most beautiful things about this market, okay? It doesn't require a lot of capital to start trading. You can start nice and small and grow your account over time. I know some of you got $100,000, right? And that's fine, okay? But some other traders want to start small because why? They want to make sure they know what they're doing. All right, if this is a new market for you, you want to dip your toe in the water. See if your technique is good, right? See if your formula works before you start trading larger amounts. That just makes sense. So if you want to start with $20, right, as a tester, that's fine, okay? But once you start gaining some skills, all right, once you start gaining some confidence, right, in your formula, you see that it's repeatable, right? What's the word? I'll just stick with repeatable, right? Duplicable, right? You can start stepping it out and trading larger amounts, okay? Now, if you got $200, you can trade what's called a mini lot. Write that one down too. With a mini lot, you need a $200 investment. And again, if you get a little more confident, well, then you can step it out to a standard lot. What do you need for that? $2,000, all right? So I don't know where you fit on this, okay? That part's gonna be up to you. But if you got 20 bucks, okay, you can trade this market. Now, what does it all mean in terms of dollars? All right, very simple. When you trade micro lots, all right, each of those pips is going to be worth 10 cents, okay? 10 cents. So in the trade you just saw, what did we make? 70 pips, right? 70 pips times 10 cents would be $7, okay, on a $20 investment. So that's a 35% return. Nice percentage, right? It's not a lot of money, but it's still 35%. And if that's a repeatable exercise where you can make 35%, right, take advantage of some leverage, all of a sudden you can see where this can go higher very quickly, okay? Now, if you did the same trade, but instead of in a micro lot, you did it in a mini lot with a $200 investment, well, at that point, each of the pips would be worth $1. Okay, so again, fact of the matter is, in that same trade, you'd have made the same 70 pips, but now all of a sudden, because you're trading for $1 at a time, you make $70. Okay, it gets to be a lot more fun when you start trading larger amounts, right? If you're trading a standard lot of currency, I want you to circle this one on your paper, okay? Each of those pips is going to be worth $10. So 70 pips times $10, we're talking about $700 on a $2,000 investment. And that happens every single day in every single currency, okay? Now you're going to decide where you fit on this, all right? Again, it all comes down to confidence, but I think no matter where you are, okay, if you're seeing 35%, okay, that's a good number. And there's only so many places you can even talk like that. This is one of them. So now, given all that information, okay, now I need to know something from you, okay? I need to know, if you're going to bother with this at all, right, what number you need to get out of it for it to be worth your time. What do I mean? Well, everybody's different, okay? Some of you say, well, that forex looks like a good market. If I could trade that part-time and make an extra $500 a month, I'd be happy with that, right? Make my car payment. If that's what you have in mind, all right, I want you to type that number in the chat box. Now, some of you value your time a little differently. You're like, yeah, if I'm not making $2,000 or $3,000 a month, right, I'd really have to think about doing something else. So you need to make at least $2,000 or $3,000 for this to be worth your time. I want you to type that number in the chat box, right? And some of you want to take it all the way, right? You're thinking, what? You know traders make a lot of money, right? You want to make $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month doing this. What's your number? Okay, I want you to type it in the chat box for a reason, because I want you right now to give me a target. I got to get the math to work for you, all right? So you're going to give me that end game, and then I'm going to do my part to see if you can get that number, okay? So type that number in the box. What do you need to get out of this, all right, on a monthly basis? I'm going to get a sip of water while you think about it. Just take 5 seconds, okay? Sip of water. All right, here we go. 2,000, Lorraine, good number. Jesse, 20,000. I like your style. 10,000 for Gavin. He says to get my life back from work, right? Gavin's tired of getting bossed around. There's nothing like having a couple bucks in your pocket, Gavin, so people can't boss you around. Who else? 10,000 a week. That's a strong number. Seppo, good to see you. 8,000 a month. James, let me make my car payment. Give me a little breathing room. Have a little money in my front pocket once in a while. Good for you. All right, 1,000, 15,000 a month. Let's go all the way. 20,000. What can I achieve with my risk? 2,000 or more. We're going to talk about that, Diana. Good for you. All right, let's keep going. 5,000. There's 4,000. Listen, my average student, okay, it comes here and is looking to make between $2,000 and $8,000 a month. Okay, what I'm going to tell you is, not only is that doable, it's common. But here's the thing. Okay, the bag of money is not going to fall from the sky. There's going to be some commitment on your part to doing this. Now, I got to ask you another question, all right? If I can show you today something that works, okay, so I got to do my part of the equation. If I can do something that works, so you can get that number on a monthly basis, my question for you is this: will you spend 20 or 30 minutes a day on this to get that number? Okay, that's a commitment question. And I got to ask it, right? Because you're going to have to take an active role in this. Okay, I can't trade your money for you, but I got to do my part. If I can show you something that works today, will you spend 20 to 30 minutes a day on this to master this market and get your number every month? Type that answer in the box. I figure that's a pretty easy one. That's a yes or no question, right? Look at all these yeses, right? Yes, yes, yes. I'd spend an hour. Good. You're not going to need to, right? You'll be able, with what I show you today, to be able to do this in 20, 30 minutes. All right. Now, a couple of you just typed no, and that's okay. You know why? Because trading's not for everybody, okay? And it may not be for you, all right, which is fine. But for those of you that typed yes, you said you'd commit, okay, 20 to 30 minutes a day. Now I got to do my part, okay? So we're gonna go up to the minute in the forex market. Okay, and for those of you that are really serious about taking your trading to the next level, right, getting educated, getting mentored in the forex, at any time, okay, if you want to talk to somebody about that, all right, about potentially becoming a student here at our group, anytime I'm going through this, if something makes sense to you, or if you have a question, all right, here's what you can do. Type in the chat box just a good number to reach you. Okay, and let me know what it is that you want to talk about. What's your question? Do you want some information? Whatever that is, all right? And at the end, when we break, either myself or one of my traders that's here, right, one of my education specialists, we're going to call you. We'll reach out to you. We'll answer your question. All right, we'll get down to those details that you need to hear in order to make a good decision on whether this market is just right for you. All right, but if you're going to type in your number, please let me know next to it what it is you want to talk about so I can point you in the right direction. Okay, but now I got to show you this tool. All right, this is the star of the show. This is the tool, all right, that's going to get you where you want to go. This is called Ultimate Charting Software. Okay, and this is a proprietary piece. Every one of the traders, people like you that have come through our program, they're trading from home, right, their kitchen table, every one of them has this piece of software right on their desk. All right, every one of the traders here, myself, Tyson, Josh, the Chief, Kevin Harrington, all right, we all have this on our desk so that everybody is looking at the same thing. Now, we've got more than $1 million invested in this program. And it is super valuable. Why? Because it answers the 3 questions every trader has to answer. All right? Which way is the market going? That's the first question. Okay? You got to know which way we're going. And if you know that, that's going to give you a massive edge. Which way are we going? We going up? We going down? All right? This will tell you that. Then, right, it'll answer the other 2 questions. Where do you get in and where do you get out? Now, I told you earlier, the forex market is a unique market. And the reason it's so unique, gang, is unlike any other market, it repeats itself, okay? This market does the same things over and over and over again. This market develops patterns. We're going to look at charts, and we're going to read the patterns, all right, using these blue and white candlesticks, and I'm sure you've seen something like this before, okay? Let's just keep it simple because it is. When you see a chart with candlesticks, okay, how easy is this? If you see blue ones, the market's going down, and when you see white ones, the market's going up. And the market never goes straight down or straight up. It always moves in waves. It moves in patterns. Well, I want to take a look at a couple of patterns, okay? I'm going to call them A, B, C, D. Write that down, A, B, C, D, all right? The market moves, the forex market moves in A, B, C, D patterns. Let's bring this chart to life, okay? We're going to start over here on the left, where the market starts at a high price. Okay, we're going to call that letter A. What happens immediately? The market fades, right, down to a low price. So we're going to call that letter B. What happens at letter B? Well, we stop going down and we retrace some of that move, right? Little rally up to a high price, okay, letter C, before what? Before we fade again, right, down to a low price, letter D. So A, B, C, D. Now watch this. There's a tool built into the program, okay, that can read the patterns. And what it does is it takes 2 measurements, from A to B, okay, and from B to C. And with those 2 measurements, now listen, it can actually tell you where letter D is. Now, looking at that, you might be thinking, that doesn't sound too significant. Why? Because you can see where letter D is, right? There it is. It's right there. So you're telling me the program can show me where letter D is, but I can see that with my own 2 eyes. So that doesn't sound very significant, and I'll grant you the point. But how about this? What if this same tool, right, could read the pattern ahead of time? What if this same tool I'm talking about could find letter D before it happened? Now that sounds a little different. Well, that's what this tool can do. It'll take 2 measurements on the pattern, from A to B, and from B to C. And with those 2 measurements, it can tell you not just which way the market is going, all right? It can tell you how far it's going to go. It can tell you where letter D is going to be ahead of time. Now that sounds like a tall order. That's fine, but let me ask you a question. If it could do that, think that would help you? If it could do that, do you think that would give you a massive edge when it came to trading? You think you could make some money with that? If you do, right, type your answer in the box. And I'm not asking you a trick question. I'm asking you a serious question. If it could do that, do you think that would give you a massive edge? The chief asked me the same question. He's like, Joe, do you think that would help you? I said, of course. Right? Look at all my yes answers. Of course. Right? He said, do you think you could make money with that? I said, anybody could make money with that. Do you have a tool that can do that? He said, let me show it to you. So I'm going to show you the same thing the chief showed me, okay? It's called the Fibonacci tool, okay? The Fibonacci tool. Some of you know what this is, all right, but for the rest of you, write it down. The Fibonacci tool is the tool that's built into this program, okay? It's based on what's called the Fibonacci sequence. Now, what the heck is a Fibonacci? Okay, it's actually who? Who's a Fibonacci? Fibonacci, all right, was an Italian mathematician, okay? And he's very famous because he came up with a sequence of numbers that can be used to measure everything in nature. Okay, they call Fibonacci sequence nature's numbering system. If you're not familiar with this, when we're done, Google it, look it up. It's fascinating stuff. What he discovered was that everything follows a natural and predictable pattern, and everything can be measured using this Fibonacci sequence. Okay, and I'm talking about everything. All right, you can measure the number of scales on a fish. If somebody came up to you and said, how many scales are on this fish? Right, you could count them. But if you put the Fibonacci sequence on that fish, it'll tell you exactly how many scales are on it. How? Because it's a natural and predictable pattern. Same thing with the sunflower. All right, how many petals are on the sunflower? Well, if you got the Fibonacci sequence, it'll tell you exactly. Why? Because that's a natural and predictable pattern. This works on everything. It works on architecture. It works on the human body. You've seen this diagram before, right? That's the Fibonacci sequence. It measures our symmetry. Okay, the length of your arms, the length of your legs, the shape of your ear is a Fibonacci sequence, all right? Everything on your body is a pattern that's natural and predictable, okay? Everything. And here's what the chief thought. Well, wait a second, all right? If patterns are natural and predictable, all right, we know the forex market moves in patterns. What if they are natural and predictable as well? What if we took this Fibonacci thing and stuck it into the forex market and it worked? That was his thought process. If it worked, we're going to make a ton of money. Well, guess what he found out? That the forex patterns are indeed natural and predictable. Using this Fibonacci tool, you're going to be able to see it. All you got to do is get this on your desk, okay, and be able on the chart to identify a low price and a high price. If you can do that, okay, and draw a line between the two, what's going to happen automatically is the Fibonacci sequence is going to appear. There it is. All right, now it looks like a step ladder, and it's color-coded. Let me take you through this because I'm going to show you exactly how to use it to make some money. Okay, this is the Fibonacci sequence right here. That's his famous set of numbers. What happened? Well, when we draw the line from A to B, right, the sequence is measuring this distance, this energy, this positive move. But when we get to B, what happens? When we get there, the market stops going up, and it actually pulls back, okay? The market pulls back lower, okay, before it makes what we call a U-turn. Write that down, a U-turn, okay? What I need you to be able to identify is where the bottom of that U-turn is, okay? That very low price. You got low price A, you got high price B, okay? This low price down here, we're going to call that letter C, okay? And when you notice that letter C, that low price, lines up with one of these Fibonacci numbers, you see that? It lines up with this red one right here. That's going to be significant. Why? Well, some people call these Fibonacci numbers energy levels. I call them trampolines because when the market, right, dips down to one of those trampolines, just like if you just jumped on a trampoline, where would you go? You'd go higher. What happens is, when the market dips down to one of those trampolines, gang, it bounces higher. And you can see that that's happening. The market is bouncing off of this Fibonacci number, and it's going up. All right, you can't dispute that. It's right there in front of you. All right, and if that's the only thing this software was able to tell you, all right, which way we're going, it would be worth its weight in gold. However, okay, it actually takes another step. It can tell you how far it's going to go, right? All you have to do is match the color. If you bounce off one of these red trampolines, any of them, okay, what's going to happen is this. The market's going to go up automatically, and it's going to keep going up until you get all the way up here to this red line. The market's going up, and it's not going to stop till it gets all the way up there. Now, your first question is, how the heck do you know that, right? That was my first question. It looks great, but how do you know that? Really, how do you know that the market's going up, right? Let alone how far, right? And I get it, all right? And you need to see that this works. There is no doubt about it, okay? And we're going to do example after example so you can see it, all right? But first, I got to show you how it works, okay? So let me get you through that part, how it works. Then I will show you that it does, okay? How it works. We're going to do a bunch of examples, all right? We're going to see, right, A, B, C, D patterns. Once you draw the line from A to B, all right, then you wait to see how far the market pulls back, okay? That's where letter C is. That's going to be a key. Finding letter C. For example, if the market pulls back, but it pulls all the way back down to here, okay, before it makes a U-turn, you're going to find letter C, that low price, okay, and you'll notice that it lines up with the blue line, right, the blue trampoline. Well, if that's the case, what's going to happen? Automatically, this market's going to go up, but it's only going to go up to here, this blue line. You got to match the color. Before you had red to red, here you've got what? Blue to blue, okay? And then you already figured out the green one, right? If the market pulls all the way back down to here before it makes that U-turn, that low price, that letter C, right, lining up with the green trampoline, what's going to happen? Well, what's going to happen is the market's going to bounce, right? But it's only going to come up here to the green line. So what do we got? Red to red, blue to blue, green to green. You got it? All right, so that's how it works. Now what? Now you got to see that it does, okay? And what we have here, great example, all right? When I first saw this, I was dazzled by it because what happened? The market went from A to B. When it pulled back, all right, it pulled back down here, right, to this red line, this low price, letter C. What did I tell you? If this works, okay, the way that I'm showing you, this market should go up, and it shouldn't stop until it gets all the way up there to that red line sometime in the future. All right, so I labeled that my future D. We haven't gotten there yet. That's where we're going, future D, A, B, C, D, okay? Well, what that means is if this works, this area becomes your profit opportunity, okay? Let's put a few numbers on it. Let's just see if it's even worth your while, okay? First, we're going to start right here at 129. That's where we identified letter C, okay? That's where we are. Now, where are we going? Well, according to this, we're going all the way up here to 161.23. Now, how do I know that? Because the Fibonacci sequence told me so. There's no guesswork here, all right? When you put the Fibonacci sequence on, it will tell you exactly where you're going, right down to the last pip. I just put it over here so you could see it. All right, now that difference is going to be your profit opportunity if this works. What's the difference? 3,223 pips. Now you have to decide how confident you are that this works, okay? If you're brand new at this, you probably trade small, okay? You might trade a micro lot or a mini lot. When you start to see that this works and you trade a standard lot, right, trade for $10 a pip, make 3,000 pips, you're talking about a $30,000 conversation. Okay, I think that's worth having, all right, because if you got a couple of those, that would change a lot of things for a lot of you very dramatically, okay? What do you need to see? You need to see if it does work, all right? How do you know? You go forward in time. You go forward in time, and you'll see that it works, because what happened here? Not only did the market, gang, go up, not only did it continue to rally, all right, it made higher lows and higher highs until it got all the way to that red line. And it didn't just go there almost, okay? It went there exactly. And it completed the sequence, okay? The market completed the sequence. A, B, C, D is a complete sequence. Now, if you're anything like me, you're asking the next logical question. Great. Now what? What happens next? And here's the answer. We start a sequence all over again. A, B, C, D, right? This happens over and over and over and over again, consecutively, A, B, C, D. You'll see it, all right? And it works in all the currencies. I know I'm just showing you the euro, right? But this works on all of them, the pound, the yen, the Swiss, the Australian, all right? I know I showed it to you on the 1 month chart. My day traders are like, does it work on the 1 hour chart? It works on all the charts, okay? You're going to see that this is measurable. All right, this tool is going to give you absolute clarity when it comes to the market. The beauty of it is because it repeats, right, you can do it over and over again. That's why the formula works. All right, and the best part of all this is that this tool is going to make the market predictable for you. All right, all you need to do at this point is see it happening. All right, see how to use the software. So here's what we're going to do. All right, I just brought it up on my desk. All right, now when I bring up the Ultimate Charting software, this is my live version. Okay, now I've been doing a little homework right before you got here, so I've got some information already plugged in here. All right, but when you get this on your desk, this is what you're going to see, a blank screen. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is take you through what all the buttons do. All right, and I want you to pay close attention because I'm going to give you a shot. If this makes sense to you today, I'm going to give you a shot to put this thing on your desk, try everything I'm showing you. Try it out, test it out, make sure it works, all right, for 60 days. I'll let you try it out before you have to make any final decision on whether you want to keep it or not, okay? So pay attention because I'm going to show you what all the buttons do. You're going to start here in the upper left-hand corner. You're going to click the charting button, okay? You're going to open up a new chart right here, and these menus are going to show up, okay? You got to make a couple of quick decisions. What currency do you want to look at? What time frame do you want to look at? All right, here's the euro up here. Right? Here's the US dollar, Japanese yen. All right, what else is in the news? There's the pound, US dollar, right? If I want to look at that one, okay, I just highlight it. Then I say, do I want to look at it over a month, right? Over a day, right? Over an hour? I can look at the 1 minute chart. I just click on open, boom, gives me a nice fresh chart. You see that? That is the pound against the US dollar on the 1 minute chart. Where'd we close Friday? 125.42. So that's pretty simple. Okay, so what do I need to do right now? Well, I need to take you through a couple of examples so I can turn you into a trader. And now that you've been here this long, okay, you're ready for the things I'm going to show you. And I want you to keep your pencils moving because I got to bring this chart alive for you and show you the formula. We're going to do this on the Canadian. All right, we'll do it on the 1 day chart. Fair enough? My day traders are going to like that. Here's what you need to know. Every time you bring up a chart, you're going to look for the same things. All right, what we call support and resistance, right? You're going to look for what we call a breakout, okay? When you find that, you're going to break out your sequence, and then my favorite word on the whole screen, repeat, okay? Support, resistance, breakout, sequence, and repeat. Write those down, all right? Now, here's how you bring a chart to life. If you're brand new at this, it's okay. When you come into our trading room, right, that live virtual environment, we do this part for you. Okay, but pretty soon you're going to be good at it, right? You can impress your friends with what I'm going to show you right now because it's not hard, okay? When we break out with a chart, the first thing we want to do is draw a couple of trend lines, okay? We're going to go up here to this menu that says line tools. See that button that says trend line? Click on it, all right? I'm going to draw a good trend line. Here's one right here, okay? That is a good trend line. Why? Because it's super reliable, okay? Every time this currency, right? Every time this currency price, right, came down to the trend line repeatedly, over and over and over again, this trend line, right, acted like a floor. All right, every time the price came down to the floor, what happened? Bounced up off the floor, came down, bounced up off the floor, right? Kept bouncing off the floor. That floor is supporting the price, just like the floor supports underneath your feet. Okay, we call that a line of support. Wasn't that simple? All right, that's one of the things we look for. Now, what else do we look for? Well, we look for just the opposite. We're going to get another trend line, but I'll draw it right up here. Okay, you see this? That's another trend line. Just the opposite. Because instead of acting like a floor, look at this. It's acting like a ceiling, right? It's acting like a ceiling. Every time, right, this currency price comes up to the ceiling, what happens? Well, what happens is it sells off. Okay, comes up to the ceiling, crashes back down, comes up to the ceiling, sells off again. Okay, so that's support, and this is called resistance. Very simple. Now, what is important to you that's on this screen? What's important to you is what's happening right over here. You see that? This is where the price of the currency has broken through the ceiling. It has crashed upwards through the ceiling, and in fact, we call that a breakout. Now, I really want you to pay attention to that term in particular, because when we see breakouts, when we see in the forex market, right, breakthroughs of floors or ceilings, that's going to get our attention because what's coming behind it is a strong move. And I'm going to make a bunch of exclamation points. All right, when you get this on your desk, you come home from work, you pull up a currency on any of the time frames. If you see, right, a move where the price is breaking through a floor or a ceiling, that's exactly what you're looking for. Now what do? All right, now you want to go make some money with it. All right, so at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to start out your sequence. All right, this is your Fibonacci tool. Okay, I'll show you exactly what you have to do to make some money with this. You see this right here, all right? Anytime we see a price pattern, okay, we're going to be looking for high prices and low prices and what we call U-turns. High prices, low prices, and what we call U-turns, all right? Anytime we see a U-turn, it's just the shape of the letter U, right? Whether it's right side up or in this case, upside down, anytime we see a U-turn, we're going to see a high price or a low price, all right? I want to start right here at this low price. I'm going to call it letter A, okay? What happens? The market makes a strong move higher, okay, to this high price, and then it makes a U-turn. Well, that high price, I'm going to call it letter B. Now watch this. Once you've identified those, you're going to break out with your Fibonacci tool, and the whole thing is going to come together, okay? You're going to come up here to this menu. This menu says Fibonacci tools. Click on it, okay? The very first thing says MTI, that's us, right? Fibonacci retracement tool. It's a proprietary tool. When you click on it, okay, your cursor is going to turn into a pen. Take your pen, draw a line from A to B, and watch what happens. Automatically, remember I said that, you're going to draw the line automatically, all right? The Fibonacci sequence appears. There it is, okay, right on your desk, and it's color-coded, all right? This is showing you, all right, that measurement of that rally, that distance, all right, that energy from A to B. What happens next? What happens next is, gang, we got to find letter C. That's going to be the key. We got to wait for the next U-turn, all right? So we go forward in time, and we're waiting for that next U-turn, and it will become very obvious when it appears. In fact, there it is, okay? That is the shape of the letter U. So the low price, the bottom of that U-turn is right down here. Guess what you found? You just found letter C, okay? Now things get interesting. Because the way this works, what did I tell you? If the market pulls back down, right, to letter C, and letter C lines up with one of these Fibonacci numbers, what I told you is it's going to act like a trampoline and send the currency higher. Well, guess what? You can see that that's already happening. This market is bouncing, right? You can see that with your own eyes. But here's the beauty, all right? The way this works is if we bounce off a red trampoline, okay, we're going up, and we're not going to stop till we get all the way up here to this red line, red to red in the future. So that is letter D, all right? Which means what? Which means, right, if this works the way I'm telling you, that distance becomes your profit opportunity, okay? Let's go ahead and magnify that a little bit. All right, and see what our current price is. Our current price is 124.88. That's the tippy top of that candle, okay? What's the future price if this works? Well, that's the red line, 129.57. So let me get a calculator out and just see what this is going to amount to. If I'm going to 129.57 and my current price is 124.88, that's a difference of 469 pips. Now write that down, all right? 469 pips. So what would I say to you? Go trade it. But you're thinking, I've never done this before, so you're not as confident, right, as I might be, because I know that this works, right? The confident trader could probably trade one lot of currency, okay? $10 a pip means they'd be looking to make about $4,600 here, okay? The person that's brand new might trade a mini lot, all right? That's $1 a pip, which means this would be, almost $500. That'd still be a pretty good trade, right? And the person that just wants to kind of test it with a micro lot, that's 10 cents a pip, okay? And how much would they make? Well, they'd make about $46. Only $46, right? Yeah, you'd make, that's a key word, make money, right? You'd make $46 on a $20 investment if this worked, right? 230%. It's a pretty big number. I don't care how you look at it, right? And there's only so many places you can talk like that. Right, this is one of them. Right, everybody's worried about 12% in the stock market. 230 is a nice number. What do you want to know? All right, show it to me. Does it work? Watch this. Because what happens here? Okay, you decide how confident you are, but what happens here is very simple. The market continues to maintain that positive push, that positive bounce. All right, that upward energy, higher lows, higher highs off the trampoline until what? Until it completes the sequence. You see this? Hold on, let me get rid of that so you can see it. See this? The market completed the sequence, A, B, C, D. How'd you do? Well, you made 469 pips, right? That looks pretty good, right? Well, guess what? What we do next is even better, okay? We just do it again. All we need to do at this point, gang, right, is look for the next high price and low price and trade it again. Now watch, okay? All this is a low and a high. All right, old C becomes new A. Old D, right, becomes new B. There it is. High, low price, high price. And what do? Same thing. We break out our Fibonacci tool. We draw the line from the low to the high. All right, so now we got A and B. And what are we going to do next? We're going to wait for letter C. Okay, we'll wait for letter C. Now take a look, right? As we go forward, letter C shows up pretty quickly. Because what happened? The market came down and bounced off of a Fibonacci number. You're going to understand. You see that how it lines up right there at letter C? You see how it lines up with one of the Fibonacci numbers? That's very significant. All of these numbers, right, are very important. And when you trade with the chief, and I'll put you into a trading room with him so you can learn from the guy in charge, right, the top person. But when you understand how important those numbers are, all right, you're going to know how to trade this with a lot of clarity. What do you want to know right now, though? Just show me that it works, right? Show me that we're going to go from red to red. Okay, I can do that. What's it going to amount to? Well, what's it going to amount to? Let's see. If I'm at 131.54 and I go to 137, well, guess what? That's 550 more pips if it works. If it works. Anybody can show you something once, right? What do you want to know? Does it work over and over again? Okay. Could you trade this with one lot? I'm not asking you to cash in your IRA. All I'm asking you is if you had $2,000, okay, and you traded for $10 a pip, wouldn't it be kind of okay to make yourself $5,500, right? Watch the candlesticks, all right? As we continue that bounce, all right, immediately, right, we make higher lows and higher highs. Now, if you chickened out right here, check this out. All right, this last trade, how long did it take to make the money? Check it out. It took about 2 weeks on that last trade to make 469 pips. All right, on this one, from here, there's about 200 pips. So, you doubled your money in 2 weeks in this case. And if you chicken out, you're still making money. But what are you thinking? I want to see it go all the way to that red line. Okay, right, take a look. As the market continues to go forward, look what happens, okay? It continues to ride forward until it completes the sequence. There it is, A, B, C, D. You completed the sequence, you made yourself 550 pips. Now, my first question is the same as yours. What happened here? What do you mean, what happened here? What happened here is if you missed the first one down to that Fibonacci number, you had a second chance at it, right? You had a second chance at it. It never went below that, right, Fibonacci number, and look what happened. ABC, red to red, completed the sequence. Is that awesome? All right. Now, here's what I got to do. I got to check in with you, all right, because you're typing some questions very quickly, and I see them. Robert and Tom and John, I can see your questions, and I'm anticipating them. I'm not ignoring them, all right, because I know that I'm going to get to that information very quickly. But I need to know right now, right, most important, can you see the sequences? I don't expect you to be an expert at this yet, okay? But I want to know if you can see the sequences. If you can see A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Can you do me a favor in the chat box? Can you type A, B, C, D in the chat box, please? If you can see that. Because if you miss this part, you've missed the whole thing. Meaning you have to get this part. You've got to understand that this is how this market works. All right, you've got to know, we built our whole company the last 22 years on this A, B, C, D thing, and I just need to know if you can see it, okay? I'm going to keep showing you that it works, all right? But I need to know that you can see it right now, because now what do I want to do? Well, now that I've shown you that it works a couple of times, and anytime, look at, anytime I find a low price and a high price on this chart, anytime I do that, look at, I can show you A, B, C, right, D. Right? This was to put you in a position to be confident. What I showed you today, right, repeatedly, was to put you in a position to be confident, because now that you see it working, right, now that you see it working, and it works in downtrends too, look at, right, A, B, right, C, D, right, now that you've seen it repeatedly, good, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, good, Now that you've seen it repeatedly, now I can show it to you and you can do something with it. All right? Confidence comes from seeing something that works. There is no doubt about it. Okay? But now you've got to get to the point where you do something with the information. Holy cow, Joe, that looks like it does work, right? So what do you do at this point? You say, okay, we completed the sequence. Now what do? We've got to find a low price and a high price and do it again. Okay? Low price and high price. Watch. A to B. A to B. Okay? What happens? Now we're looking for C. Does it show up? We need that U-turn. Where's that U-turn? Oh, look at this. We've got one. All right? If that's our U-turn, here, let me magnify this so you can see it. All right? We've seen it work over and over and over again. Now is your chance to make some money at it. Okay, so you got A and B, and you just identified C. It's right here. Where'd you identify it? Let's say you identified it right here at this point, at 140.75. Okay? Your trade looks to go to 144.600. So let me go ahead and get the calculator out again. All right? 144.600 is where you're going. And 140.75 is where you are. So the difference is 385 pips. Time to go trade it. 385 pips. All right, you're confident. Let's just say you take $2,000. $10 a pip means you're looking to make $38.50. All right, ready? Go trade it. Joe, I'm nervous. Why? Because I've never done this before. Fair enough. Joe, I'm nervous. It looks like there's a lot of risk there. Oh, we better talk about that. Right? Because it's sure easy for me to tell you to go buy the currency, right? Hey, look at this. Go buy it. Your order ticket's right up here. You just click on the buy button and you fill out the ticket. But it's your money that I'm spending, so that's easy for me, right? Well, no, it's not easy for me. I want to make sure you do this right, okay? And I want to make sure you're protected. So what you need to do, gang, is put an order in here that protects you. And that's called, last thing I'm going to show you. Because if I'm going to turn you into a trader, you got to trade right. You got to place a stop order. Underneath every trade, you got to build a floor that protects you. Okay? A stop order, you're going to build it underneath your trade to protect you to the downside. Okay? You're going to place that order, right, when you fill out your order ticket. Where are you going to place it? Well, there's two places you can do it. This protective order, okay, is going to keep you from falling off of a cliff. Now, you can place it randomly. Let's say you place your stop order right there. At least you've reduced your risk. But I'm going to do this in a way that makes total sense. All right? For my conservative traders, here's what you're going to do. You're going to place your stop right here at letter C. Right here at letter C. My conservative traders aren't going to risk all of this. They're just going to risk a small portion, all right? A certain number of pips. Now, the fact of the matter is, if that's 100 pips worth of risk, you've got to decide in dollars what that means to you. I don't know if I do 100 pip risk at $10 a pip, Joe. Okay, but I could certainly do it for, $1 a pip, right? Or a micro lot, 100 pips times, I could risk $10. You could risk $10. All right, everybody will find where they fit on that equation. Okay, but when you put your stop at letter C for my conservative traders, you reduce your risk massively. Now, what are my aggressive traders going to do? Last thing I'm going to show you. Okay, my aggressive traders are going to place their stop right here at A. Right here at A. Why? Why do aggressive traders place their stop there? Because they know how this works, and there's an adage you have to write down. In Fibonacci trading, if the market doesn't break the A, it has, write this down, no choice but to go your way. The market doesn't break down below the A, okay? It has no choice but to go your way. So you decide where to place your stop, but you got to click that buy button if you're going to make some money with this, and watch what happens. The market continues to go higher. Pretty nice run it makes here. Guess where it's going? Is it going to go all the way to the red line? Amazing, right? And what happens when it gets there? Well, that's letter D, right? A, B, C, D. So now you've completed the sequence. And now what's it time to do? Well, if the sequence is over, it's time to get out. You're up 385 pips. But look, it's running, right? All that crazy guesswork that people do. Look, it's running. No, it's not. It's done. It's reached letter D. Okay? The sequence is over. Take your profit, because look what happens immediately. The market gives it all back Because you're starting another sequence. The person that doesn't have this just gave back their whole profit. They didn't know letter D was even there because they didn't have the tool. You knew it was coming. When you get to D, now not only do you know where to get in at the U-turn, you also know where to get out. This is going to help you. All right, this is going to help you. It's going to repeat itself over and over and over again. If you think you can do this at any time, gang, you don't have to wait for me. Pop your phone number in the chat box so that we can get this on your desk today and you can start trying it out for 60 days. Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road. Now look at what happened here. Oh, look at what happened here. Nothing new under the sun. All right, all that happened here, okay, now that we've completed the sequence, okay, is we've got ourselves a change of direction. You see that support line? Remember, trend line support, right? Bounce, bounce, bounce. What happened right here? What happened here was a breakdown. Okay, what happened right here was the market broke down, all right, which means what? Well, now instead of trading it, right, in the upward direction, we're going to trade it in the downward direction. We're going to do the same things, high prices, low prices. Watch this, high price A, low price B. What do we look for next? Hold on. What do we look for next? We look for high price C, that U-turn. Look at, there it is. Where did it end up? Right here. Right at this Fibonacci line. So if C is here at the red line, red to red, that's where we're going. Okay, take a look. 137 is where we are. 129 is where we're going. That's 800 pips. If I can show you that this one works, okay, and now it's working in both directions, will you at least give it a shot? Because I think at this point you want it to work, right? If I can make 800 pips, Joe, I mean, I got 2,000 I can drag over into a trading account. Well, guess what? 800 pips, okay? There it is. Shows up, A, B, C, D. Soon as it does, what happens? Oh, a little change of direction. Why? Because you completed the sequence, all right? But you did that with very little risk, and you did it with an awesome reward. This is what people are doing, gang. This is what we've been doing for 22 years. This is how we're in Inc. magazine, right? This is how the Shark people, right? The Shark Tank people, are getting on board. They're seeing that we can translate this into dollars for you, all right? And what you got to do is give yourself a shot at it. What you got to do is say to yourself, I can do that, right? I can draw an A and a B. Well, look, you don't even have to draw the A and the B, right? There's actually a tool here that'll draw them for you, all right? Watch this. To save you some time when you get home from work, you don't have all kinds of time to do analysis. Well, there's a tool up here that'll draw the A, B, C, Ds for you. Okay, and it'll show you the trades over and over and over again. It's called the Smart Fibonacci tool. All right, you see that there? It says A, B, C, D. Watch this. You want to know how many times this thing repeated itself? All I got to do is find a high price and click on it. It'll draw all the sequences in a row. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Then what do you have? Then you got a nice big breakout. So now you're going the other way, right? So what do? If you want to find the current sequence, because this is real time over here, okay? This is real time. You get out that smart tool, you just go to a low price. I don't care where you look for it. Once you click on it, it'll show you the sequence. And what do you have here? This is the current sequence, highlighted. What's happened? The market has pulled back to find C. There it is, okay? And now what's happening? Little U-turn. Gang, we're bouncing off this red Fibonacci number. We go up to this one here. D is at 139. We're at 131. So that's 780 pips. Reward. If you're conservative and you put your stop at C, you're going to put it right here, right? That little bit of risk. 130, 134. Is that right? Let me make sure that's right. Hold on. Where's your stop? That's almost no risk at all. This is nearly a risk-free trade to get you started. No, there's a little bit. All right, there's a little bit of risk. Hold on. Where's that Fibonacci number? Put that right on. Okay, 130.31. So you're going to risk 116 pips. Okay? That's still 7-to-1 risk to reward. Write that down, because that's going to be your first trade. When you bring this up on Sunday, just do that one first, okay? And if you wonder if this works on all of the charts, I showed it to you on the month, I showed it to you on the day. It works on all of them. Here's the Australian dollar. Look, look, look. All right, Look at A, B, C, D to the downside. Repeat, A, B, C, D to the downside. Reversal, A, B, C, little tiny one, D to the upside, right? Don't tell me, oh, wait, no, that didn't work. Look, 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 it worked exactly. All right, that's not a mistake. A, B, C, D, right? Then you do it again, right, with a breakout, A, B, C, D, okay? It continues to work over and over and over and over and over. Hold on, let me just hit that low price with my Fibonacci tool. Repeat, repeat, repeat. There we are. Okay, so if this is the Australian dollar and this is my ABC, I'm at 75.45. That one would be worth a nice 100 pips, and that's on the 2-hour chart. Okay, you can do this. Give yourself a shot at it. I know I moved quickly. All right, I know I moved fast, and you might be thinking, well, I got to go over those steps again. Here's what you're going to do. All right, when you get this on your desk, there'll be a checklist to make sure that you get all the steps right. Okay, so that you can follow the formula exactly. You fill in the steps, it'll tell you what your probability of success is. All right, if you got one that says, hey, you got an 85% chance of making money with this one, click the button. Okay, do the trade. Now, if that says you got 51%, right, that's one that you'll skip, and the chief will tell you that. If it doesn't line up, don't do it. Okay, so this will not only get you into the good trades, it'll protect you from the lousy ones. And if you've got an interest in this, gang, let me let you try it. Right? Get it on your desk. I'll make sure the auto tools are filled in with it. All right, we'll get you a username and a password. Okay, now with that, okay, I know again I moved quickly because they only give me a certain amount of time with you, and I try to show you everything. But if you didn't get everything, all right, there's actually a tutorial built into this so you can review it today. Watch this. All right, where'd my software go? Ta-da! Yes. Oh, I logged out by accident. All right, here, let me do this again. Okay. All right, there's a tutorial that's built into the program that's one click away. All right, all you have to do is come up here and click on the education button. All right, what's going to pop up is this thing that asks you for your username and your password that we'll give you today. Click on that, okay, and then one click away you'll have the tutorial built right in. Look at what's the forex, right? We talked about that, right? Support and resistance, that's those floors and ceilings, right? The Fibonacci's, the ABCDs. You know what you do with this? You get your spouse. Hey, honey, come over here. Come on, let's go through this together. Wait till you see what I saw today. You call your neighbor. You call your brother-in-law, your buddy. Come over here. Wait till you see this Fibonacci thing I saw today. There's videos, right, that'll take you through each of the steps, uptrends, downtrends, where to put your stops and limits, all right, the candlestick formation. You know who teaches the videos? The chief, okay? The beauty of it is, though, while he's teaching you, you can press the pause button, okay, but and catch up on your notes, all right? Then you press play again, he gives you more information, all right? You're gonna literally be learning this from the same guy that taught it to me in this format. That's just one click away. So that's something you can certainly do today, all right? And normally this goes, listen, for $249 a month, all right? But if you wanna get on this team today, all right, here's what I'll do. I'll give you the software for 2 months for free, okay? So you can try it out and test it out and make sure it works and works the way I showed you. A, B, C, D works for you, all right? So you can turn this into a money-making exercise, all right? And you don't have to wait for me. Okay, if you have any interest in this at all, just kind of do what it says on the bottom. Give me a way to reach it, okay? Either me or one of my traders or one of my education specialists, all right? We'll reach out to you. We'll have that phone conversation, all right? We'll make sure to dot I's and cross T's with you and get your questions answered. Okay, I know that's important. You want to make sure that your questions get answered, all right? One of them is probably, well, how are other people doing with this thing? And you know what? That's a good question, all right? You want to find out all of that stuff so you can get to the point where you're out there making money. You want to know, are other people making money? Well, if you go to my Facebook page, all right, you're going to see this every day, okay? People from around the world saying what? This thing works. I'm getting consistent results. Okay, I was at it for a day. I made some money. I'm working with Josh. I'm working with Tyson, the in-house traders. All right, awesome experts. All right, 400 pips, $1,000. This guy sent us his account statement, for God's sake. All right, if you go to my website, all right, or my Facebook page, you'll see thousands of hits there every day. Okay, and people, they post their results. Right, 300 pips today. Right, another 1,000 pips today. And those are good numbers, and I like those. Okay, 1,000 pips. I showed you how to make 385 and 500 and so forth, right? And you're thinking, Joe, can I really do that on a daily basis? Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, all right? With all these tools, all right, let me ask you a question. because I got your number, Michael. Eric, I've got your number. Kevin, good. I've got your number too. Okay. Mr. Sanchez, I've got your number as well. Perfect. All right. Keep going with that. That's fine. Anytime you want to do that. But understand something. All right. I don't need to show you 400 and 500 and 1,000 pips to change your life. You know what you need to get out of all this? If you can use these tools, right, and get 20 pips, I can change your life, right? And I can do it pretty quick. You want to see how? Look, all right. You're going to be able to use this. All right, and I'm gonna go super conservative and say that 20 pips a day is what you're going to be looking to get. Well, your first month, I wouldn't expect you to go all in. You want to make sure that it works, so you're going to just trade a small amount of money. Mini lot, $200, $1 a pip. Okay, you make yourself 20 pips a day. That's it, right? Your first month, you're going to make $400. Now, that's not going to change your life financially. Okay. You're going to make a car payment with that. You're going to take your spouse out to dinner a couple of times. Fine. Okay? But what you're going to know at the end of that first month is that this works and you can be consistent at it for 20 pips a day, which means your confidence goes through the roof at that point and you can trade one lot the next month. Again, not cashing in your IRA, just $2,000. Okay? But all of a sudden, watch what you do, right? Your second month. You don't even have to get better, all right? Just 20 pips a day. Now look what you got, $10 a pip. Now you're at $4 grand, okay? Do that month after month, and you've got yourself what? An extra $50,000 for the year. Now that's not all the money in the world, okay? But that makes a difference, okay? An extra $50,000, you do it part-time, you have some fun with it, right? You make an extra $4,000 a month. At least you can upgrade your car, okay? And if you stopped right there, that would still be a life changer. But watch this, all right? What if your third month, okay, your third month, you just took the house money that you made? What do you mean? Well, this is profit, okay? You could take your $2,000, right, that you put in initially, take it right off the table. Now you're playing with the house's money, so you can make different decisions, okay? Well, how about your third month, you trade 2 lots, $20 a pip. You don't even have to get better, right? 40 or 20 pips a day, 400 pips for the month. But now look at the result. Okay, you're at $8,000 a month. Now you're not working for your money's working for you. There's not too many places you can talk like this, but this is one of them. Okay, do you think you could do this? Do you think you could do this? Let me ask you, do you think I could teach you? Better yet, do you think MTI could teach you this skill set where you could take a $200 or $2,000 investment per trade, right, and make several $1,000s month after month after month for the rest of your life? Would you let us teach you? Right, coach you, train you, mentor you, right, give you the software, even give you a guarantee on top of it? Would you let us teach you this, yes or no? Type your answer in the chat box. Go live with us every single day. Do you think we could do this? Do you think we could do this together? Good, Michael. Good, Matthew. Yes. Right, Diana? Yes. 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 Well, guess what? This program is called the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. It is the most complete, okay, easy to use system in the forex that's on the planet. All right, let me tell you all of what's involved, right, when it comes to getting on this team. All right, first and foremost, what do? You get a lifetime of education. It never goes away. So you're going to have unlimited access to this for the rest of your life, and you can do the education at a pace that makes sense to you. All right, every couple of weeks, we have live events. We have students all over the world that attend them. You can attend them online. You can attend them in person. These live classes are free once you're on board as a student. All right, you can do them as many times as you want to for the rest of your life, and you'll also have unlimited access for the rest of your life to that online university, that online tutorial. There's even an app for it. It is awesome, okay? Then what? Well, today, of course, all right, I've got to get this ultimate charting software on your desk. It's going to come with all the automation that I showed you, plus, right, and I didn't have a chance to show you all the built-in systems, but once you learn this, all right, and it's going to come to you with all this in it, okay? Once you learn the formula and you're comfortable with the results and you see that it's repeatable, we'll show you what buttons to push to automate the whole thing, which means you can turn this on, go drop your kids off at school, go pick up some groceries. It will be looking for the breakouts, the ABCs, so you can make money from C to D. Totally awesome system, right? And that's built into the program. You get that today. The checklist will be there so that you can start out without making any errors, okay? And really, what is this? This is your education, and these are your tools, all right? Now what? Well, now the key is taking the next step so that you can translate that knowledge into action, into results, all right? That comes from mentorship, all right? Twice a day, every single day, right? We host live trading webinars. These are live sessions, all right, in the market where you take the information you're learning up there and you apply it in the market, all right? If you miss the session, it's okay. We record the session so you don't miss out on the opportunity. And you're also going to have direct access, right, to the person that taught me, all right? You're going to have direct access to the chief, right, the CEO, right, the guy that invented the formula. You'll have direct access where you can interface with him every week personally, right, and have him be the one that answers your questions, right, and be the mentor that you can mirror and match, all right? If you want to trade anytime, you're always going to have a personal coach to help you, but it's a 24-hour market, so we make sure that there's always a formula person, an analyst that's here available so that anytime you want to trade, right, with our group, you never trade alone. And the one thing I had to know, because all of that is awesome, but the one thing I had to know about these people before I got involved was, guys, you got to be doing exactly, right, what you're teaching. You got to be showing me results on exactly what you're teaching. Show me that track record. And when they did, all right, and they showed it to me repeatedly, every single prediction got results, 7 in a row. Their next one, okay, this Trump thing, on Monday at 4, you already wrote down the time, okay, there's 10,000 projected pips in here. Remember, I told you your timing couldn't be better. Well, they're so confident in this prediction that if you trade with them, they will guarantee in writing 5,000 pips worth of movement, okay? That is substance. That's putting your money where your mouth is, okay? And how do they know their students are doing well? They track it. Do you realize that they track their student results right through the software so that they can see every single pip that people are making? And if the next 100 days, right, are anything like the last 100, okay, the last 100 days, their students made $2.7 million. I want you to be a part of that, okay? If their results, the next 100 are anything like the last 100, you're going to be very, very impressed. You just got to get out there and do it. Well, here's what we're going to do, all right? We're going to give you the entire program, risk-free, for the next 60 days. That way, you don't have to sit here and take my word for it, all right? You can take it today, try it out, and test it out right there on your own computer, and then decide after you've used it whether it's the right program for you. Why? Because at the end of the day, gang, no matter what I tell you, the only person you're really going to trust is yourself. All we ask is that you give this an honest effort. Okay, so when you get down to it, the value of the program is huge. All right, in fact, if you go to my website, you'll see the value of the program. When we put all those different pieces together, right, the software, the mentorship, the education, all the development costs, the server costs, and this sort of thing, the value of the program is $14,000. All right, and it's all built in there, and it's terrific. But understand something, okay? That's the value of the program. If you want to get involved with the program, right, it's not going to be $14,000. There's actually a couple of ways I can get you started with this. One of them is going to work for you, all right? So stick with me because I'm going to save you a ton of money, all right? You could go to my website. It's markettraders.com. And what you're going to see there is, well, the market value of the program, okay? But what we've done on the website is we've bundled everything. Now, when you bundle, what happens? Everybody saves time and money, right? The same thing follows through here. And if you want to, any day of the week, you can go to my website and get this entire package, and it's not $14,000, right? It's about half of that. You can do that anytime you want. MasterCard, Visa, American Express is fine. You'll have access for the rest of your life. So why did I put a big line through it? Because today we're going to do it different, okay? Here at Investor Inspiration, we're excited. We want to help get you started, all right? I'm going to let everybody get on board today, 100% risk-free, all right? And what we're going to do immediately for everybody that's here is we're going to take $2,000 off the online retail for the program, meaning you can get started today for a one-time, and this is lifetime investment, of only $59.95. So that's a $2,000 savings. Okay, it's 25% off of retail, and it's very easy to get started. All right, all you have to do at this point is simply type in your telephone number, all right, in the chat box. What I will do is either myself or one of my education specialists is going to reach out to you, and we're going to spend as much time with you as necessary. All right, make sure we answer any and all questions, and then, folks, you're off to the races. All right, the only problem you're going to have is that you didn't see this webinar 6 months ago and get started then. Now, Michael just asked, do you have a payment plan? In fact, yes, we do. Michael, that's listed right down here. And if you want to get your foot in the door, okay, today, yes, a payment plan is something we offer. You'll still get the 60-day warranty, all right, and you can pay it off as you go. So from earlier, Robert, I've got your number, all right, William, I have yours also. Right, and if you want to just confirm it now, that's fine. Just confirm it in the chat box. All right, Robin said payment plan, question mark. Robin, we're going to customize a plan to fit your budget, okay? Just tell us what you can afford, and what we'll do is customize this so that you're comfortable with it, okay? I don't want you to start this at all if you're not comfortable. So what we'll do is let's have that conversation, okay? We'll figure out what fits your budget, and then we'll get the ball rolling. All right, and don't forget, Monday is a big deal. Monday, that's that 100-day session. All right, that's how you're going to get springboarded, because we're talking about, right, that big Trump prediction. And also, all right, if you enroll today, now this is important also. If you want to understand that the chief doesn't just want you to be there Monday, okay? He wants to work with you directly to make sure that you, A, have this formula, and B, know how to translate into dollars. If you type your telephone number in now, all right, I'm going to let you work with the chief side by side with him your whole first month in what we call the chief's trading room. All right, that is live trading with the top person, right? It's an opportunity to get fast tracked even further. His average in his trading room is 2,000 pips a week. So if you get to trade with him for the first month, 4 weeks, 2,000 pips, you can do the math on that. Okay, so if you have a few questions, we're going to get them answered. All right, we're going to make sure this is a good fit. But any of you that puts in your number, all right, in the chat box, right, when you get on board today, you'll be learning right from the founder of the company. So who else? Miriam, Elias, and Ian. All right, that's perfect. I have your number also. Eric and Jason both put the word chief, so you want to work with him. That's fine. I've got your number as well. All right, let me give you an idea of exactly what's going to happen here, and I got to wrap up. Okay, let me give you a little additional value too. First and foremost, all right, the charting software. Normally, that goes for $249 a month. I said earlier, 2 months of the charts. You get started today, I'll give you charts for a year. Okay, I'll give them to you for 12 months. Again, use it and then decide if it's for you. All right, I'm also going to include the Turbo Trader. Now, I didn't get to demo it today, so I'm just going to include it here. That one is for my day traders. All right, it's a system add-on normally that's going to help you trade the 10 and 15-minute charts and see all of those trades as they're happening. All right, I didn't get to demo it, but I'm going to include it for my day traders who want to do this full-time. That's a $1,000 value, but I'm going to include that today. All right, I'll also get you into with the chief for a month, right, and with Tyson on Monday. So that's almost $5,000 worth of extras. So at this point, okay, the decision's really yours. And if that wasn't awesome enough, today, all right, for the first time in our 22-year history, all right, when you enroll, 10 of you, all right, you're going to get unlimited charting for the rest of your life. Okay, this is the first time we've offered that, but this is so important to us, this 100 days of Trump, and to get you started today with the best possible value. For the first 10 of you that get started today and type in your number, all right, I'm going to get you, right, charts for life. So to point you in the right direction, right, some of you already told me, right, I want to do the payment plan, right? Some of you, right, are okay with doing a one-time payment. If you think you're leaning towards that one-time payment, all right, and you want to get that $2,000 immediate discount and unlimited charting for lifetime, I want you to type in the letter A. Okay, now understand, if you type in A, all right, I'm not saying that you are immediately committed to this right now, this instant, right? We're going to help you. All we're saying is that if we get your questions answered and show you that warranty, and this makes sense to you, all right, that you have the ability, or you can get the ability to make a one-time payment. Okay, so only type in an A if you're in a position to do that, right? Whether or not you come on board, right, whether or not this is right for you, that has yet to be determined. Okay, now, on the other hand, type in the letter B, right, if you think you're more likely to do a payment plan. All right, now with letter B, you end up paying the online retail for the program. So you still get that awesome bundle price, but what you do here is you get the flexibility you need. Okay, you get your foot in the door by making a small down payment, and then we'll work out the rest of it as you go. But either way you do this, okay, you get that 100% guarantee. Let me tell you exactly how that works, all right? I want you to use this program, gang, and make sure it works. Not for 10 or 15 or 30 days. I want you to use it for 60 days. Come to the class, learn the formula, right? A, B, C, D, use the charts. Come trade with us 2 or 3 times a day for the next 60 days. At the end of that time, you're going to have the information to make a good decision on this, and it's going to be an easy one, all right? If the thing works, you're going to keep it, and you're going to be a member of our team for life, and you'll have lifetime charts to go with it, right? But if after 60 days, I don't care how many pips you made, okay? If after 60 days you decide, for whatever reason, this is not for you, it's okay. What it says in writing is that we'll refund every penny that you paid for the program just for giving it a try. All right? Your downside in that case is 0. And because this 100-day thing is so important to us, today when you get enrolled, we're going to give you 100 days to use it, to try it, to test it, and make sure. Downside protection, now you're looking for upside, okay? Your downside's protected. Well, when it comes to the upside, guess what? We're going to protect that too. We're going to guarantee that. We're the only company that does this, okay? We do it all in writing. Not only do you get 100 days, all right, but we're going to guarantee that in that 100 days you see 5,000 pips or your money back. Really? Yeah, every risk is taken out of the equation for you, right? All you got to do is say, I can do that, right? I'm going to give myself a shot at it. So let's have that conversation, all right? It's either option A or option B in the chat box. And Ryan and Sean, you're both option Bs. Payment plan. We'll come up with something that works. You still get the warranty, all right? So Terrell, A, you're my first one. So you're my first A, Terrell, so lifetime charts for you. Awesome. Patel, you're a B. All right, Ravi, I've got your number. You got to tell me if you're an A or a B. All right, if it's A, you're lifetime charts. All right, wow, look at this. All right, Tom and Mauricio. All right, William is an A. Now I got 8 of those left. Mark Antonio's a B. You've lost sound, John. We're going to get a message out to you. Joel's a B, right? That's perfect the way you did it. All right, awesome. Now who else is here? Wait a second. I got 8 of those slots left. Will, you're an A. 7 of those left. Javier, A with a question mark. Tell you what, Javier, I'm going to reserve that for you. All right, let's get your questions answered. All right, but I'm going to reserve lifetime charting for you. And I'll get you into the 2-day class. Look at, some people like to learn online. Some people like to learn live. Some people like to combine the two. That 2-day class is part of, right, being a member of this team. The next one is Thursday and Friday next week. I got 20 spots left for that. If you want to make sure that you get one of those spots, okay, just go ahead and put in your number. Can't make it to that one, we'll record it. Can't listen to that, we'll do another one a couple weeks later. All right, one way or the other, you're going to get this formula. Okay, somebody said, what's the percentage? Write it down. Over time, 74% success rate. 3 out of 4 winning trades using the Fibonacci's. Where do I find that? I already showed you that. All right, you're going to break that down in that thing that I already gave you, because I know results are important. I know you got to see them, but getting them on your desk and seeing them in real time is better than me telling it to you. What is a testimonial going to do it? The best testimonial is you. So go ahead. I'll tell you what, I know we got to move on to the next thing, okay? And some of you are ready to get started. So how about this? Jot down this number, okay? If you call me, all right, here's what I'll do. I will make sure that you get that lifetime charting, okay? If you want to call in, I said this is for 10 of you, all right? I'll make sure that you get that lifetime charting, and if you decide to give me a call, I'll make it worth your time. I'll let you jump to the front of the line here, okay? Charles, I've got you as a B. Perfect. Ahmed, I've got you as a B. Not only will I let you jump to the front of the line, I'll save you $500. Why would I do that? If you're enthusiastic enough to call me, I want you to take that money and stick it in an account. Let's go do some trading. Okay? That's where the rubber meets the road. Good. My phone is ringing now. If you're going to call in, type call in so I can reserve that scholarship for you. All right? I got a limited number of those, so I want to make sure that you get it. Can I use my software with the broker of my choice? You bet you can. So look up FXCM, look up forex.com, look up Awanda. They will all link to the program. Totally awesome. All right? We do need to talk, Yvonne. Andrew is a B. Chief, Diana, good for you. All right? Look, the map is there. All right? You're not reinventing the wheel. We got 22 years behind this. Okay? Follow this path, right? You'll have the confidence, but you're going to gain it through repetition. That's the only way to get it. You can watch other people make money. Oh, I went into the trading room and they made X. That doesn't do you any good. You got to have the confidence to push the button, and it comes from repetition. A, B, C, D, over and over again. Okay? You'll see it one way or the other in the boot camp, live, online, in the training tools, on the app if you're one of my millennials who's an app person. Okay, but we're going to make sure you got the formula, because to trade with us, you need it. But then you get the software, it clears up that picture, you do some automation and let the thing work by itself. Totally awesome tools. You get to use them for 100 days, all right, before you have to make any final decision, and we'll be there with you the whole time. All right, the best mentorship in the business. When I worked on the NIBOT, everybody used to say to me, Joe, I like your car. Yeah, I like it too. Joe, I like your house. Yeah, I like it too. Can I come trade with you? They all wanted to do the same thing. They wanted to come in, and they knew that there was money to be made. They're not dumb. They saw opportunity. They saw results, and they knew, right, that they were a little nervous about it. Well, if I come trade next to him, right, all of a sudden I'm a little, that's what mentorship is, okay? That's why you need people there with you who've been there before. And you get to test drive these guys for 3 months, right? Kevin Harrington wouldn't even come close to this if it wasn't results driven, if it didn't have that kind of reputation. All right, we got the Sharks, we got 22 years. Now we need you to give yourself a chance. All right, so here it is, option A or option B. Okay, you go ahead and do that in full today. I'm not going to give you a year of charts, I'll give you lifetime charts. All right, and I'll extend your warranty. So now, with all of that, it's time for me to move on to the next thing today. All right, I've got 200 of you that are still in the room, right? I didn't get 200 responses, and that's okay, right? Some of you are ready to get started with Forex, and I appreciate it, all right? But for the rest of you, I got to wonder what's keeping you, and I'm just going to ask the question, all right? I know this made sense. I show you charts where A, B, C, D happens consecutively, over and over and over and over again, without breaks. Look at this. Low price A, high price B, low price C at the green line. You're going to tell me this went from green to green exactly, and that's a mistake? That can't be a mistake, okay? Same thing here. A to B, pulled back to the green line, green to green. You're going to tell me that's a mistake? It can't be. You can make money with that, okay? You can make money with that. You got to learn this. It works in this market, all right? You got opportunity Monday, okay? And you've got a risk-free guarantee. So that's all put together for you. So my question is, I mean, even with a 5,000 pip guarantee, that to me that sounds like a no-brainer, but you're hung up on something, right? I don't want people calling me. Oh, all right, you got to have some relationships when it comes to trading. How about this? I know what's bothering you. The money part's bothering you, all right? All this stuff is put together, and you're bummed out about the money part. Well, how about this? All right, what if I could take care of the money part for you? If I could get this for you for less, okay, would you be serious enough to get started and give it a shot? I know the opportunity's there. I know this thing works. If I could take care of the money part for you, would you give yourself a shot at this? Well, what do you mean? What if I could get it for you for less? I'll give you 1 minute on this because I got to wrap things up. But if I can get this for you for a whole lot less, would you be serious enough to get started? And what do I mean by a whole lot less? What if I could get it for you for free? Okay, would that kind of get you off of the fence? I got to believe that it would. Well, tell you what, I got 2 ways, not 1 way, 2 ways you can get this for free. I've got a scholarship program, and I got a tuition reimbursement program, okay? There's always a way to do something if you want it bad enough. So here's what I'm going to do, all right? I can't do this for you. I gotta know if you're serious about this. And if you are, right, and the money's the only issue, well, I just took away your excuse. But what you have to do at this point is just let me know. Okay? Are you serious about this? Because if you are, put your phone number in the chat box and stick the word free next to it. Free, okay? And that'll let me know that you're serious about getting started. And then we just figure out a way to get your foot in the door. That's all. Okay? We've been doing this for 22 years, gang. And do me a favor, though. All right? Don't put your phone number in if you're just going to waste time. Okay? Don't put your phone, this is serious business. Don't put your phone number in, yeah, I'm serious, and then you don't show up, right? Because if we're going to extend something like that to you, you've got to be a serious person about this, all right? And I've only got 10 of those spots, which means what? Which means if you take one from somebody that really needs it and then you don't show up, that'd be a shame, okay? So I want to work with the people that are serious. And if you are, I'll give you one more minute on this because I got to wrap things up, okay? One more minute, and I've got to get going. But put your phone number in with the word free next to it, all right, and we're going to have that conversation. So really now it's up to you. A couple of different ways to do it. I like that lifetime chart thing, all right? That lifetime chart thing, $249 a month for the rest of your life, that's awesome, right? We've never done that. Plus you get to save a little money with option A, still get the warranty, all right? Option B, you need some flexibility, whatever, right? We'll figure it out. Make a small down payment, get those 100 days under your belt. Nobody else comes close to this, plus a 5,000 pip guarantee. And if it all comes down to it, gang, if you need a little help, right, getting started, well, then you put free next to it, okay? So A, B, or free, all right? That's it for me at this point because I've taken up my allotment of time, okay? And now it's really up to you anyway. So how about this, all right? I'll wrap it up right now. I'll leave this up on the screen, okay? And I want to say thank you to you all for taking the time to investigate. Okay, for those of you that are getting started, phenomenal. Right, Marco? Right, Ben? Right, Andrew? David, I've got your number, 817, that's Texas. Akintunde, I pronounced that pretty good. 404 area code, right? I got your number. John, thank you. Okay, I've got yours too. All right, take this next minute because they're going to shut it down on my end, and that'll be the last opportunity you have to respond. But you saw something today, right? When I first saw it, I was blown away. No matter how many times, no matter how many charts I could pull up, right? I kept seeing the same thing. And I got this thing memorized at this point. Look, I can bring up the pound New Zealand on the 1 hour chart. I can see A, B, C, D, right? A, B, C, right? Red line. You can't tell me it's an accident when it goes from red to red exactly. A, B, C, D. That's not a mistake. Okay, you can't tell me when we break out like this that there isn't an opportunity here, and all I've got to do is click one button, right? I click one button and I find it, A, B, C, D. We're going up, gang, red to red. That's 174, okay? I'm at 172, that's 200 pips. And even if I wanted to be super conservative, right, I just click on this one, less risk, right, much more current, and I'm just waiting for the U-turn, okay? Write that one down. That's the 1 hour chart. It's right there. See how quick you can do it now? And now the guesswork's gone. Now it's time to go make some money. All right? Enough mental gymnastics with I've got to learn this or that. Getting it done is the name of the game. All right? I'll help you. I'll trade with you. I'll see you Monday at 4. All right? Thanks again for being here, and I'll leave this up for a minute.